Hello everybody, Captain Kyoraku here,
Captain Unohana here.
and today we're going to give the results of the popularity poll I posted in Shields. This is everyone's top favorite character. We compiled each votes into a list. We do have a few honorable mentions, and remember, some of your favorite characters may not be here. You don't like that? Remember, this is everyone's favorite character, so some side characters like my second favorite Askin won't be on the list.
But do feel free to post your favorite characters in the comments below.
And remember, just keep an eye out because I'll probably do more like this in the future. Alright, so number 10 would be Sosuke Aizen. Honestly, not as high as I would have thought he would be, because he's in everyone's top 10 list. But again, this is just about everyone voted for their favorite character, and I think that's why he's probably on the lower half of the list.
In terms of just overall character, I think people like more well-rounded characters, and sometimes characters that have more mystery to them. But with Sosuke Aizen, I think Kubo gave too much about him, in my opinion, all at once.
I would actually like to point out, we still don't know why exactly he went on this path, why he decided, oh, I don't want to be God now. We don't know that, and that's something I would like to know. That's something that probably would put him all on the list. Also, I really loved him when he was all scheming and conniving, but right as he got his god power, just like when everyone says, he really just said, oh, I don't need to be clever anymore. That's why we liked you, Aizen. Again, he probably would have been higher on the list for most people, even with his flaws, including monologue and all that. Probably would have been higher on the list, but remember, this is just everyone's favorite characters, and not as many people voted for him as their favorite. So please, calm down. Alright, number 9 would be Kyoraku Unohana. Probably one of the characters, again, just like Aizen, everyone's top tier, but a lot of people don't have him at number 1. Why I think that? Honestly, because we don't really see that much of them. Just like Yoruichi, we know they're a badass, but we don't get to see it that much. The only time we really seen all of his abilities with Askin. Why you didn't use some of them against Aizen? Why didn't you use some of your Shikai abilities against Askin? Who knows? But probably would have put you higher on a list if you did that.
Well, the thing that kind of made me think that Kisuke was lower on the list is just his fights overall. For example, with Askin and Yami, we kind of were given the fact that, oh, he's going to be a badass. Yet we didn't really get to experience all of what he was capable of. For example, his fight with Yami, we saw some pretty good abilities with his Shikai, and some clever play with just his tactics and stuff. And with Askin, we saw his Bankai, which was amazing, but just need more to it.
I like to point out his energy negation he used against Yami would have been very useful against Askin.
That ability, well, it cancels out attacks in general as long as he analyzes them, and that could have come in handy in a lot of situations.
I mean, it wouldn't have worked against Aizen. Aizen's too strong, but I mean, it would stop his Hyliophiles and his DNA staff thingamajigger, whatever it was, basically his staff. Would stop that since that was all made of reishi. Why didn't you use it? Again, probably would have put you on the list. You definitely deserve to be on the list, but again, we just don't really get to see enough of him. He just have glorified cameos. We don't see enough of what he can do. Same thing with Yoruichi and Isshin. Both have the same problem.
I just feel like some of these characters, like Kisuke, are just their abilities are just one and done. Kubo is just okay, I used it, showed it off, let's try to move on, pick up the pace a little bit.
But in case you think we're just shitting on him, no, he's still a badass. He still deserves to be on the list. He's in my top 5. But
definitely in top 5 for me.
But I understand why people don't have him as their favorite character. At least a lot of them do. But heck. Alright, number 8 will be Toshio Hitsugaya. Yes, the number 1 character in Japan, probably still reigning. They haven't really done a poll recently, but he's been ranking number 1 or top 5, and
in a lot of these popularity polls, he's been ranking pretty high.
Yeah, same with his Zanpakuto, but yeah, he ranked only 8 in ours. What do you know? Why I think that? Honestly, this is the reason why I don't really like him that much, at least until his adult form, which I'll mention. he doesn't really seem to have much of a personality. Like, yeah, he gets pissed off that when people are lazy or noisy. That's about it. That's all we get to see. We don't get to see enough of him really doing anything. Like, yeah, he gets his ass kicked a lot. Whoopie-de-fucking-do. TJ, anything?
I kind of feel like he fits into one of the dairy tropes. Still
A little chibi cat.
figuring out where exactly he fits in there, but I'll get back to you guys on that. The biggest thing I feel kind of put him down so low is people were like, oh yay, he got a mature form, yet he can't maintain it. Now my reason for that is, my thoughts are, maybe it's just a prep for him. Like, he goes into it, once all the flower petals are gone, of course, as a way of his body trying to get ready to mature even further. And that's just more or less training prep for him for when he gets, actually, his body can handle that form as his permanent.
Okay, something I would like to mention about his mature form. He actually gains a personality. He's hilarious. Like, when Renji and Rokia were talking to him, like, oh, that must be Hitsuga's older brother. He's like, yes, I'm totally that. You know, and Byakuya's like, you're not even trying anymore, are you? That was hilarious. I literally laughed out loud in the middle of lunch at work about that. That was just hilarious.
Byakuya actually cracked a joke?
Yeah, he was making a lot of short jokes in that fight. That's something else. You know, besides the whole, Gerard living that thing.
We had to get back to
we're
Gerard's
not
hair.
going to talk about that disappointment. You know, that has nothing to do with Toshiro, unfortunately. The most thing I was disappointed with, we don't get to see Momo's and Rankiku's reaction to his adult form. It was gift wrapped hilarity for you, Kubo. Let us see that. That would be hilarious. Especially Momo in particular. That would be fucking funny. Make her do something. Make her react to adult Toshiro. Her one thing in the series.
The biggest thing that annoyed me about Toshiro was the fact that he became a zombie and we didn't even get to see that part, his actual zombification.
Yeah, but him as a zombie was amazing. He actually did some really epic shit, like fucking kneeing. He needed Yuma Chica in the balls with an ice spike, dude. That's epic. Case closed.
We truly saw some pretty sadistic stuff. I mean, freezing Ikaku and then stabbing him while he's on the ground.
Breaking his leg off.
That was pretty sadistic.
Didn't make him lose an arm. Went against Bleach. Anyway, we should probably move on.
Yep.
Alright, next number. Alright, number 7. Nell 2. I'm glad she made the list. I really love her character. But I think we can all agree, it'd be nice to see her in a fight at all. Yeah, she fought against Noitora for like 3 seconds. Then she turned back into her child form. What I wanted, and I've said this multiple times, I even said it in my last video, why didn't she fight against Medius? That would have been freaking awesome. Two badass, powerful bitches fighting each other. That would have been awesome. But again, I love her personality. Glad she made the list. Just would love to see her more often, and would like to know what the heck happened to her. Hopefully, next chapter reveals it.
Now, sadly, I hate to say this, but I feel like Kubo didn't intentionally make her a one-and-done character, but I'm pretty sure we all have noticed that she's pretty much a one-and-done, and her role when she was Kid Nell, she was just more or less the tour guide through Hueco Mundo and helping Ichigo and his friends trying to navigate through
She was also a healer.
Ways. And healer. Shut up.
Better than Orihime.
And debatable. But yeah, I just feel like with everything that we've seen Nell potentially capable of, we kind of just got blocked off there, and she is once again a one-and-done character. I mean, we see her trying to come to Grimmjow and Urahara's rescue, which I really wanted that to finish. They kind of just blocked off that path.
I want Yushiro to be dead. Just please happen. Also, can her adult drool still heal people?
You have a nasty ass mind. We're done. Moving on.
Okay, yeah, next number. Alright, number 6. Kenpachi Saraki.
The ragdoll.
Oh my god, immediately with this. Alright, anyway. I like him. He's really cool. Yes, we see him, he's kind of character a lot, you know, the whole Berserker thing. But I still really like him. He's just overhyped. That's all I'm saying, guys. He's just a bit overhyped. That's
I
pretty much all.
love Kenpachi.
He doesn't
To
have
be
that
honest, Kenpachi was probably one of my favorite captains for a long time.
He was my favorite at one point.
Well, no, he's always been one of my favorites. Like, if I had to choose a top 3 with no specific order, just all 3 of them at the same rank, he'd be in there. It's just his hype needs to go away.
But again, he definitely deserves to spawn on the list. He has some of the coolest fights in the series. You know, he has probably the best feat out of anybody.
Some of the best character interactions actually come from him too, if you believe it or not. Like his interactions with Byakuya, polar opposite right there, Yami.
It'd be nice if we saw the fight.
Even his dialogue
Fucking
with
rage quit over that.
Even his dialogue with Gerard was actually pretty funny. And that's where
not as funny as
Toshiro got Toshiro's joke. Oh no, they're a match made in heaven, or should I say hell?
That was pretty funny. But again, he deserves to be on the list. Maybe a little bit too high. I wouldn't put him above any of the guys below him. But again, he's definitely a cool character.
Definitely has his own dynamics to him.
I just want to say right now, the captains do shout him a lot, just because we're trying to be a little bit more realistic. Yes, he's awesome, but guys, he's not as strong as what you're saying. Anyway, back in it. Alright, sorry for the sun touch-up. Kind of dark outside and it started raining. Anyway, number 5 is Ichigo Kurosaki.
The main ragdoll.
Alright, you want to start with this one?
I think Ichigo is rated higher on this list over other characters because people just seem to like characters that just don't follow your typical anime situation. Like,
that is something I would like to point out. He is very unique among shonen protagonists. You know, a lot of them seem
not just shonen protagonists, just all protagonists for any anime, to be honest.
Yeah, his goal is pretty generic, but again, he doesn't have a major goal. Yeah, he just wants to protect his friends, be a normal ass motherfucker.
And that goal is pretty much shifted between every arc and every battle, every situation he's in, to be honest.
Like, think of the other big shonen animes: Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, and One Piece. Naruto wants to be Hokage. Goku wants to be the strongest in the entire cosmos, the entire multiverse. Kind of a big goal. And Luffy wants to find the One Piece and become king of the pirates. Those are some big ass goals. Ichigo doesn't really want to do that. He doesn't want to be like head captain. He doesn't want to be Soul King.
He just wants to do what's right and what's fair and try to help his friends as much as possible. Even his enemies, like we saw through the Grimjow fight, he didn't want to kill him. He didn't even kill him. He just let him go.
The only 2 he actually just outright killed besides normal ass holos was Ginjo and Yuha, but that's a maybe. If you read last chapter, that's a big ass maybe. Who the fuck knows?
Oh, and Shaz Domino.
Good point. But does he even count as a person?
No.
Like,
well, I guess he does, because he did escape Grimmy's power. So technically, yes, he does.
That's a maybe if you read the fan book, but honestly, that's the closest we could get on Sterner or Sigma, I guess. Well, anyway, this is not about
pretty much confirmed.
It's not about Sterner or Sigma. This is about Ichigo.
Yeah.
I'd just like to say, I really do like him. I would not put him in my top 10 or even top 20. Again, like, I think the best thing about Bleach, in my opinion, is the side cast.
And the mental aspects that go along with, like, just character development. Those are very important. Like, you can't just have straight out action all the time, every time.
Yeah,
it just get boring.
You're still kind of pissy about the whole Fullbring arc getting hate, aren't you?
Oh, no, I'm not talking about that.
Anyway, yeah, Ichigo Kurosaki, number 5. He deserves to be on the list. He's the main character, but again, it's mostly because he breaks out of the mold. Other than that, I don't really see why he's so high, but hey, you like him, I don't blame you. He's pretty cool.
Jack and Tristan for life.
Alright, after that little interruption, which we won't have another one, will we?
Girl promises.
Alright, next one's Renji Ibarai. Honestly, yeah, he deserves it. He's pretty cool. He has a lot of really cool powers. Like, you see him absolutely dominate Mass Day Masculine after he beats the crap out of Kensei and Rose, and shoot Shuhei, I think. Was Shuhei there also?
I believe so. I just don't remember if he was just like had a minor encounter with Mask, but it was mostly just Rose and Kensei just getting their asses handed.
Yeah,
to
I
them.
think. Yeah.
Though the ear thing was kind of hacks in my opinion.
Not really hacked, but okay.
Well,
anyway, yeah, Renji
bullshit.
does deserve it. He's a pretty interesting character. You see him from a heartless bastard and the substitute arc.
Misguided though.
Misguided, heartless bastard. Pretty much what everyone was, except for like Shinsui.
I mean, under orders, you're kind of gonna be heartless.
Yeah, but still, Rukia is his best friend and possible fuck buddy now. Who knows? Anyway, we see him really grow as a character. He's probably the best character growth out of any character. He's one of Ichigo's rivals besides like Uryu and Grimjo.
And Ikaku can even be considered up there too.
I wouldn't really say that. In terms of just straight house drawn there, in terms of Shinigami powers, I'd say right up there.
No, I mean in terms of a rival.
I wouldn't really say that, but okay.
Yeah.
In terms of rival, in terms of Shigami powers, like yes, he has all this other Ichigo has all this other stuff to put him above Renji, but in terms of just Shinigami powers, I'd say they're about on par. Hell, if I don't even put Renji maybe a little bit.
Renji Zabimaru is pretty damn scary.
So yeah, he's pretty badass. Deserves the list. Maybe not as hot, like I said, maybe not as hot as he is. Like I'd probably put a few of the others above him, but again, definitely deserving of the top 10. Really entertaining, and honestly, after a couple of chapters ago with his whole thanking Ichigo for helping with Rukia thing, he honestly deserves it. Pretty good run to character. Alright, top 3, folks. And now we get to, me, Shunsui Kyoraku. And honestly, like I said, he's my favorite character. I really love him. He's just really just an entertaining character. I really like characters with a tragic past, but still like to make people smile. It reminds me of myself. Really entertaining powers. Just not sure what to say about him that I already haven't gone on about to death. DJ, you have anything to add?
Shunsui has been one of my favorite characters for a long time, just in terms of... Just admit.
No, just keep going.
Just like, as he said, tragic past, yes, but as one of those characters, he doesn't seem to reflect it at all. It's like, something bad happens to him, he goes through a quick grieve, and immediately gets over it, pretty much. Just seeing with, like, Yamamoto, even.
He doesn't get over it. He wears his pain. He has a lot of sorrow.
Yes, but he doesn't allow it to, like, ooze onto others. That's what I mean.
He's still, like, you know what? We have to keep moving forward. Have to keep pressing on.
He does what he needs to do without it trying to drag others down with him.
That's why he's the new head captain. Not in terms of power, like, in terms of power, like, yeah, probably in terms of who's alive. Maybe he's real powerful. I'd argue he's the most powerful. They need to shut up. I'd say he's the most powerful. But again, it's because of how he was able to unite everyone after they just lost by far their strongest. The leader for centuries, for over 1,000 years, Yamamoto. He was able to rally them in a day. That's a pretty damn awesome feat. Anything else?
Like I said, I think, like, most of his character is more or less that hidden morale boost, per se. Like, he helps others, and with, like, others' spirits lifted, that kind of boosts him back into where he needs to be. So it's kind of like he's one of those characters that benefits others, and others benefit him to both get things done.
So yeah, Shunsui Kyoraku, third most popular character, definitely well deserved. Alright everyone, number 2, second most popular character turns our poll, Ginichimaru. Yeah, he earned it. He's definitely entertaining. I'd just like to mention why I really like him. He gave everything up. What could have been probably his favorite pass just for a shot to kill Aizen. If it wasn't for Aizen having plot armor, he would have done it. He did it exactly what he was supposed to do. Do the Kamishi no Yari, get the thing out. But again, he abandoned everybody. Nobody knows what he did. Nobody in series, except for the readers, know what he really was. No one mourned his death besides Rangiku.
I feel...
Maybe Izuru.
Well, Izuru is definitely going to mourn, that's obvious.
That was not shown, but... Okay,
true. But I feel like, as he said, he gave up everything. He pretty much gave up his life. He gave up his just relationship with Rangiku, even. Hell, they could have been...
ran for life.
For real, though. He gave up just everything that meant to him. Like, Rangiku was pretty much the center of... One of his centers to life.
One of the best lines from Bleach, I will make sure you never cry again.
For real.
Good job, Gin. You're awesome. Also, just like to say the one thing I hate about you, you made Rukia cry for no reason. Screw you.
That's another point I want to bring up. He wasn't afraid to speak his mind, and he's that character that's just going to be brutally honest no matter who you are, how much power you have. He was just there in your face, and it was like he was on top all the time.
I think that's like the one part I don't really like to say it's like they're out of character in series. I think Kubo just really wanted to drive home that he's bad, so that the real reveal of what he was really like was more of a shocker. I just think what you did to Rukia was just a little bit too far, Kubo. I'm blaming this on Kubo, not on Gin. That's just my opinion.
Well, to be honest, Gin is one of those characters where you don't really know.
I still don't think he would
what
intentionally
his true intentions were until he actually says it himself. I think that his verbal abuse / psychological abuse towards Rukia was another reflection of that. Kubo was trying to use that to throw everyone off to try to figure out, like, what is Gin doing.
I think it was enough to show him always being a scumbag, because we already knew he was a scumbag, or he was a scumbag before that. You know, everyone was like, oh, the red herring Gin, he's the one who did it. You know, everyone was like that.
Another example was even his Lieutenant Izer, who was supposedly close to him, was having troubles and inner conflicts with himself, even trying to follow orders under him, as shown throughout it.
Anyway, yeah, Gin deserves it. He gets a little bit fangirled out, not as much as number one. You all know who it is, so we might as well not really cut it. Anyway, number one in a few seconds. But before we get to number one, we'll quickly go over some honorable mentions. People who got more than one vote, but didn't quite make the cut. Included in these are Chad, Rukia, my bae, Hisagi, and Ukitake, all deserving of it. Even Chad. I really do like Chad. You know, he gets a little bit too much shit. You need to give him more. Rukia, as I said, one of my favorite characters, just edged out by Shunsui, just because I feel Shunsui's a little bit more relatable, in my opinion. Hisagi, really cool. Epic ass. Turned into a bit of a whining bitch last chapter, but hey, can't have him always awesome. Ukitake, the Jesus Christ of the series.
Yes, Latoyane, you are in here too.
Yeah. Oh, says you are in here. Anyway, now that honorable mentions are out of the way, we'll get into number one. And the number one character in Bleach as voted by Shields of Soul Society is Cone! No, Byakuya, you all know who it would be.
How did Chris make it into this?
I don't know. Anyway, Byakuya, yep. Epic ass Bankai. Like I said, one of my favorite scenes is when he used Bankai for the first time against Renji. Just mic drop of the gods. Really awesome. Think he's a bit overrated, but hey, he deserves his top spot. Really cool character development. Epic ability. It's just not much to say about him besides just awesome. Anything?
I just like his character's setup. I mean, at first we thought, oh, he's just gonna be, he was just like this from the whole start. But when we saw more of him, when he was younger, he was a hot-headed little child.
Which was hilarious, by the way.
Yes.
Also, you're the luckiest kid ever having Yoruichi's tits shoved in your face. You lucky fuck.
You just... No.
I had to mention that.
No. Shh.
Everyone knows I'm Shunsui, I'm the pervert.
It's my turn. Never mind, you did get that one right. Anyway, just with overall how Byakuya is set up, ranging from Shikai and Bankai being just perfect examples of him, I just feel like he did deserve this. Not you, Chris. And, that's it.
But yeah, those are the top characters in Bleach. Do you like the list? Honestly, I feel like it's a bit bit jumbled. A few characters that don't deserve on here, but a few characters that did deserve to be on here in there. But again, this is about your list. Next time, if you want to change it, don't complain. Vote next time, guys. Come on. Anyway, thank you very much for voting, and thank you very much for watching. And we'll see you later. And guys, please try to get some videos. Just send them to me. I'll upload them. Don't worry.
Expect more from me coming up soon. I have some really good ideas that I'm in the process of making, so just stay tuned. I'll try to drop a few announcements.
Alright, talk to y'all later, and hey, any Bleach is coming up. Get ready, get your tier boxes ready, or get your pitchforks ready to storm the castle.